All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's now put the spotlight on Snowflake India. The AI data cloud company works with leading enterprises and digital natives, and that includes Indigo, Razorpay, Swiggy, ShipRocket, and Bajaj Allianz, amongst many other clients, to drive large-scale data and AI adoption. In fact, Snowflake India, established just about 5 years back, it's rapidly expanding in the India market. In fact, the company is actively engaging with sectors as diverse as financial services, manufacturing, retail, and professional services, whilst also making inroads into the public sector. In fact, Snowflake views India as a land of opportunities for AI and data and is significantly increasing its investments into the country to tap into its massive potential. The company is strategically expanding its presence and capabilities, and it aims to grow its India headcount to over 700 employees by the end of 2025. Now, what does that number really mean for the company, for the business overall, and how is the parent company, Snowflake Global, looking at India operations of Snowflake? In fact, to discuss that and more, I'm now joined by Vijayant Rai. He's the managing director at Snowflake. Thank you very much, Vijayant, for taking the time out and speaking to us here on ET Now. I believe you will complete 2 years in January in your current role at Snowflake. What have been some of the biggest milestones for Snowflake whilst it's been operating here in India? And how does Snowflake Global see the India opportunity?
First of all, Sumita, thanks for having me on the show. It's wonderful to be here. Yes, it's been a very, very interesting 2 years with Snowflake here. And Snowflake, we look at India as a very strategic destination. It's the fastest one, the fastest growing developing economies in the world. It's also increasingly an economy which is data driven, we believe. There's a lot of large scale data and interventions which have happened through digital public goods, made with the India stack, Aadhaar, etc. We believe that India is sort of sitting on the cusp of a major revolution when it comes to data, and then consequently, further down with AI as well. So, the opportunity for Snowflake as well as for other organizations in this space is pretty huge. India is just starting off the journey in terms of both cloud as well as data and AI, and we believe that Snowflake has the right ingredients to help India and Indian enterprises transform with data and of course take advantage of the latest and greatest in AI as well. So from a company perspective, Snowflake is completely doubling down on India, like you mentioned in your opening remarks. We're looking at our headcount is close to about 700 already in the country. We're looking to expand further. We believe that there is a massive potential to go into different parts of the market in terms of digital natives, financial services, manufacturing, retail, so on and so forth. But the big potential also lies in the potential of looking at India as a destination for skills and other attributes which we are also doubling down on.
Right, so you're essentially working on skilling your employees right here in India. And of course, Vijayant, you stated that you have over 700 employees already. But what does that really mean for the kind of investments that Snowflake Global is making as far as the India market is concerned?
Yeah, so India is one of the fastest growing markets for Snowflake globally, and we expect that will continue. We are, like you said, we are still a recent story. We're just 5 years old, so there's a lot of headroom to grow further, for creating transformative partnerships with the industry at large, large enterprises, digital natives, all of that, so on and so forth. Also, the fact that we are investing heavily in terms of skilling the young population of India, the data practitioners, etc. So the commitment to India is not just about the market itself, which obviously we are focused on, but also in terms of skilling the youth of the country, empowering the youth with the latest and greatest in terms of the initiatives which we have around AI and data. Just to give you an example, Snowflake has this global initiative called A Million Minds, One Platform, which is committed to skilling about 1 million people globally. In India, we have tied up with NASSCOM for their future skills endeavor to skill more than 100,000 people in India. We, in fact, recently last week announced another partnership with ICT Academy, where we're looking at training the trainers, 1,000 of those, and consequently 250,000 folks on AI and data, because we do understand that AI is a very fast changing landscape, and you need to sort of keep abreast. And it's one of our responsibilities to make sure that we're skilling the youth of the country and the data practitioners as well. So our focus in India is basically twofold. One is, of course, working with the local market here, with the enterprises and the public sector to see how we can get the innovation that Snowflake offers through its AI data cloud to the market, but also in terms of skilling at large, right, so we can get moving ahead there.
Right. Right. So skilling is going to be a huge focus for you, and it's been your key focus in the past 2 years as well. But let's talk a bit about numbers, Vijayant, because the company did have $1 billion quarter in June 2025, essentially for Snowflake Global. While that's the number for Snowflake Global, what does the deployment of AI essentially mean for businesses right here in India? What kind of numbers are you getting as far as your India business is concerned? If you could throw some light on that.
Sure. So, like you mentioned, we had our first $1 billion quarter, which was quarter two for us last quarter, and that's essentially looking at a 32% growth year on year globally. From an India perspective as well, the growth remains very strong. We do not give out numbers specific to countries, but I can tell you, like I mentioned earlier, we are one of the fastest growing regions in the for Snowflake globally. So that remains a strong focus, for us from a global standpoint. But if you look at sectors where we're seeing a lot of traction for our solutions for the Snowflake managed AI data cloud. We are seeing traction in banking and finance. We're seeing traction across manufacturing organizations. We are also seeing strong traction in CPG retail. Besides the digital natives, so we like you mentioned, we have some very very strong incumbent customers like Swiggy, like Razorpay, etc. in the digital native sector. We also have, for example, very large enterprise customers like Indigo Airlines who are transforming their complete data estate on Snowflake. So essentially, if you look at it, Sumita, our promise is to ensure that companies can do more with their data. Large enterprises struggle with data silos. So they have data which is being accumulated over the years, different kinds of formats, structured, unstructured, semi-structured, etc. Snowflake helps sort of simplify that equation so that they can do more with data. They can, then collaborate with their ecosystem and even go to the extent of monetizing the data. So that's how, we help organizations sort of get the maximum out
Right.
of their data.
Right. 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 Vijayant, so when you essentially speak with your clients, and of course you've mentioned the sectors that you're currently operating in now, besides Copilot's translations and chatbot capabilities, what else are companies using AI for, and what does that partnership pipeline for Snowflake India look like?
Yeah, so when you're looking at AI, initially, if you saw Sumita, most people were doing POCs and sort of they were piloting things to understand the power of what use cases you could deploy AI at. But the recent results we had, the quarterly results you talked about, the $1 billion quarter, last quarter, we crossed about 12,000 customers globally. The interesting thing was 6,100 customers out of that are already using AI and ML from the Snowflake AI data cloud. So what we are seeing now is also a large scale adoption of AI. The use cases are right across. I mean, maybe use cases for customer experience. You have use cases for example, in financial sectors, use cases for risk management. You have supply chain use cases for different areas like data sharing and insights for the whole chain, etc. So we are seeing very large scale deployment of AI now, moving from pilots to production across sectors.
Right. In fact, let's also speak about the pace of change, given the fact that you have just thrown some light on that and the adoption has been fast. In fact, AI, especially as far as that is concerned, in terms of jobs, there are, rapid moves that are being seen. Many jobs are also going away. Many companies are rationalizing and more people are inclined to work as independents. Now, is that what you see as the future of work in India and globally? How is going to be the advent of AI or the march of AI going to change work?
I would think, Sumita, largely it is going to increase efficiency and productivity. We're already seeing that. Just to give you an example, internally at Snowflake as well, we use a lot of AI now. We started using AI for example, for training our own people. Instead of, say, a physical person training somebody or somebody giving, say, a sales pitch internally for training, it's being done through AI. And, we're seeing phenomenal results there. We're seeing a lot of areas where, you can scale through AI, which typically is almost impossible to do. For example, without AI being there. For example, you today have the capability to look at unstructured data. I mean, for example, you look at documents like PDFs and all that. We have a customer who's, for example, looking at code documents, right, which are in PDFs, analyzing that for fraud management. And these are millions of documents, which is almost impossible to do, manually. So, I mean, use cases of that nature, we think are going to increase efficiency. They're going to, also create breakthrough in different areas. For example, again, you look at clinical research and medicine. the kind of say ingestion of data, insights from that data at that scale, for getting outputs for cancer research, etc., can only be done with AI. So we believe that AI has a massive amount of value to deliver. Largely, it's going to be efficiency and productivity increases to initially, but then we'll start seeing some really large breakthroughs happening. As you see the power of AI in different areas like medicine, agriculture, so on and so forth. Especially for a country like India at our scale, we believe that AI can actually be a force of good.
Right, so AI is going to be a force for good, but AI being the big accelerant and the market, of course, is buzzing and is highly competitive at the moment with new entrants entering the fray. What do you believe is the key differentiator for Snowflake in this highly competitive market?
So, the biggest thing, Sumita, when you look at AI, is the data it works on, right? The AI is as good as the data it works on. So, first of all, the biggest challenge most organizations have is getting the data in the right shape, in the right form, to make sure it's trusted, governed, secure, so that when you apply AI on top of your data, you get trusted outcomes out of it, right? So we believe that Snowflake's biggest differentiation is that we help organizations sort of break data silos, bring it all in one place, keep it governed and secure, so that you can apply AI. We believe that there is no AI strategy without a data strategy, and so that's the single largest, biggest differentiation which we have from Snowflake, is that we help organizations get their data to the Snowflake AI data cloud very quick, absolutely letting them focus on their core business as we manage their data. We ensure that it's secure, it has the global, best possible security applied on it, and then we allow AI to come on top of it, so that they can get outcomes on there. So the biggest differentiation is the AI Snowflake data cloud itself, which allows for time to value for customers. Second is the connected piece of it. I mean, we today allow people to organize, or rather connect and collaborate with their ecosystem without friction. That means the data can move between regions, it can move between customers in a secure fashion. Again, you can have AI use cases on top of that. And of course, the trust aspect. As we deal with data, the trust is the biggest factor there.
Absolutely, trust is the biggest factor here. But Vijayant, we're speaking just 2 days after the Prime Minister gave a clarion call for Swadeshi products, and he told companies to build for India, build in India for the world amidst geopolitical headwinds. So how do you see Snowflake contributing to that vision and contributing to building businesses in India and catering to a global market?
Oh, absolutely. Committed to that, from our side. Sumita, Viksit Bharat, for example, is a mission for us also. Like I started off in the beginning, we're committed to skilling the youth of the country, through our Million Minds program, through the Future Skills program in NASSCOM, etc. So we believe we'll be doing our bit in terms of ensuring that the country is ready for AI adoption, it has the right skills and tools in their hand. So we're completely committed on that. We're also working with a lot of organizations in the country who are building for the world. Just to give you one example, First Hive is a CDP platform, based here in India. They serve customers globally. It's built on the Snowflake AI data cloud. Essentially, what they do is they help customers, on their marketing outcomes, for better customer experience, to run better campaigns, etc. All of that is being built out of India. So we have hundreds of partners right now in India building on the Snowflake AI data cloud for different parts of the industry. So we believe that Snowflake will play its bit in terms of the Viksit Bharat mission that the government has.
Right. On that note, thank you very much, Vijayant, for taking the time out and speaking to us here on ET Now. We do hope we can speak with you next time in person in New Delhi. But for the moment, thank you very much for taking the time out.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, it's time for us to slip into a very short commercial break, but lots more coming up on the other